flippity. That's how they move around. Okay, so find a spine. You need to find the spine. You know, there's a top and a bottom. And you can see where the middle is by this back fin right here. So you want to stay to the bone, not to the meat. So I find it first, and I just go like that, and I kind of play around here for a second till I see where it is. I have to lift this up slightly, and I get there. Okay. I can feel the bone, right? I can feel the bone. Keep your fingers out of the way. You hear the bone? Stay to the bone. If you're not hearing the bone, you're cutting flesh. You don't want to do that.
Do you feel it above the knife or below?
Okay, right there below. Right there, I start feeling a little resistance. So I'm going to go through that. Careful. And I'm still on the bone. My knife, see how my knife is just slightly towards it? It's not up, it's down. Not up, down. Right? You with me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So come here, and here, and then right there it sticks. Right there it sticks. And right there, and there, and there. Watch out. Turn this over. Split. So, pretty good. I missed a little bit right, whoops, a little bit right there. Don't push your finger through it. If you have a resource.
What did you
for,
miss? Did you say you missed?
Just right here, see where I got a little bit? Remember I said I felt it as I was talking to you, trying to answer questions? I get right here and I lost track a little bit, not bad. Utilize all this. Utilize all this. Spoon, scrape, right? If you scrape all that out, you can use it in mousseline, you can use it in salad, you can use it in lots of things. If you don't have a spoon, you can use a ladle, which works pretty good. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit, right? Like that. And try and use this. Okay, the harder one, but the easier one is actually the second bone. Secondary bone. Yeah. Okay. Let me just fix this real quick. Chef Allen does it like this. Chef Marco does it like this. Chef Al, I don't think does it like this. And he does the other fillet methods.
I know.
And say again?
Sushi. Sashimi.
What's it called? Yeah.
Sashimi.
What about sashimi?
Right there.
Said she's craving something.
Oh, you're craving some. Gotcha. Okay. So the second one is a little easier, but you have to come up to the bone. Now, if I turn it over, I've tried that before, it doesn't work very good. Because that base of the previous flesh underneath doesn't elevate the bone, you have a hard time sticking close to it. So I just do it like this. What's the flip? The flip is, if you use your fillet knife, you avoid all of this, right? Because that comes off. You avoid all that. But I use my big knife and it works too. So I get underneath of it here with the protection of the towel, and I'm coming up. Why am I pushing down here? Because I'm coming up to the bone, right? You notice? And what's going to happen is going to damage the meat. So I kind of just ahead of the knife. Got to keep it right here, a little resistance again, right here. Go a little slower, and come in, and then come in, and then come down. If I ever slip, I'm going to hit my towel and not my hand, right? So then I have this little piece right here, right? A little bit more of this can be taken off with your spoon. That goes to mousseline or salmon salad. And you can see right here, I was talking again and not paying attention. I don't usually go this slow, but as I'm doing it for you, I go a little slower. So my knife did a little bit of a divot right here, right? When it's all portioned, it doesn't matter so much, but you can get better at it than this, right? You're not going to lose this, because usually you have a resource in your kitchen for that stuff, okay? So, grab my sheet pan, I have to grab one too.
Are we each going to have our own salmon?
Usually,
Nope.
when you're
You're not going to have salmon.
when you're not talking about it, yeah, you're not going to. Watch your finger. When you're not talking about it, it just happens quick. This thing would have been done like already filleted, right? Just like that. So that's the part. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, okay. You're welcome. Where's me coming up? You see the difference? How much meat you get? Okay. So that's part of it. The next one is trim off this belly. Now the belly can be used. Don't throw it away. But these little bits you can't really use. So I just trim right back. Right through the skin on the belly. And some folks that do this take this bone out first before they do the belly. I find it a little harder to do that. All right, but don't throw this away. This is garbage, and that is not. Okay? Have a resource for that. Lots of fat, really nice, smoked, delicious smoked. So the next bit is take these belly bones out, right? And I'm gonna actually turn this board a little bit this way. So this bull nose is what's going to assist this boning method. I'm going to find out where my bone is here. There it is, right. Left a little bit of the cartilage there. That's okay. Get underneath. Get underneath that. And the bone is protecting my hand there, but so I'm going to go to the bone again, right? You can see that. Right to the bone. And then come under and go right to the bone. I can feel the bone with the edge of my knife, okay? A little stubborn right there. Why is that? But, so what I do is I kind of turn the knife so the bull nose comes around and kisses that off. I pull up here a little bit to create tension so that there's a little bit of resistance against the knife and the blade. Right there. Okay. That one's being stubborn. Right there. So the difference between the two methods, or is the other method takes care of this bone and like that. But I find when we used to get the salmon in, still we get them in, split them, get rid of the carcasses in the head, and keep them whole like this skin on ice, solid. For what reason? So at least a lot of the mess is out of the way, right? Scales out of the way, head's out of the way, boning out of the way. A lot of this mess is done. Then if you need fish, all you got to do is cut it, right? Like that. So split them, get rid of the mess, all right? So pretty good here. Do the touchy-feely thing, try and feel out where all the bones are. There's one right there, and then there's one right there. And there's all these bones in here that have to come out, right? But I'm going to do that last. These are called the pin bones, and I have my little tool right here to get that out. Let me rinse this knife. I'll take the skin out. The skin can be scary. This is a really long piece of fish. You might that's the scary part. That's what makes me nervous. Is you can really take a lot of damage trying to take the skin out. There's a little trick to it.
You could also cut you as well, right?
It's harder. It'd be hard to cut, but so the trick is keep the skin elevated off the fish flesh so that it doesn't create weight on your knife and cut, so you can't feel the knife. The weight on the knife, you can't feel it as you're taking the skin off. It creates a little difficulty. So I'm pulling at the meat. So we're going to take this little flap right here, right? We're going to get underneath it. Ooh, little bone right there. Some folks, some guys, some gals, they put a hole right here. They cut a hole from the backside and create like a little eye to hold on to. I find that it's not that helpful for me, but if you find that helpful with this other knife, poke a little hole right in there so you have a handle to hold on. I use a moist towel. So, I'm going to need your help here in a minute. Because as I get to the fillet here, it's going to want to fall off the table. So try and catch it for me, okay? So I get underneath of it, right? Get to the skin part, and I get going a little bit. And then I grab this with my towel, and I have to lift this up, right? So I don't want to go through the skin, but I want to be able to feel it. Oh, it didn't do it. Sometimes it doesn't, right? Thanks very much. It goes to the side and falls off. Now right here, did you see I made my mistake? Right there. See what happened? Until I get to the end? Don't like that. Not very happy with that at all. So what does that mean? That means I lost a little bit. I didn't lose a lot.
You need to
Didn't lose
practice
a little
more.
lot, but you see as you get down here, way down here, it's a long ways to go, right? And you just like way down here trying to get it. That's where I usually mess up a little bit. But just take this. Don't throw this away. This is the least flavorful, meaning it's fatty and kind of sinewy. So
Would you eat it?
Oh yeah, sure, you can eat it. In fact, in some methods,
Eat it right now.
in some methods, this skin is used, and you'll probably do this in banquets and catering. Scale the skin before you clean it. Then you have a scaled piece of skin, and this is a wrapper for the inside of the tureen mold to put the mousse in, so you make a galantine of fish, right? In that case, it's good to keep a little bit of layer of fish on there so you get another pink color, right, when it cooks. But it's a big, tough fish. These big fish aren't necessarily any better, but usually you save this, right? Roll it up, save it. Salmon skin is delicious in its right form. Okay, so next thing is, I'm very happy with that, but that's okay, is I would probably, if I was in production, I would do 2 or 3 of these, or do them all at once, and then take my board away, clean it, right? Because I don't want scales in my portion control, because scales are not edible, and it's just not pretty. I'm trying to avoid rinsing, but you may have to at some point. So I'm going to try and rinse my knife, get my board clean, and then take the tin bones out.